Hey, 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 Crown Nation, it's Naima with Rock the Crown. I'm going to give everybody a couple of minutes to come on. We are going to be talking tonight, giving some tips and tools on some educational tools and resources, as well as some family fun activities that you could be doing at home with your loved ones. So again, we're going to give everybody a couple of minutes to come on and hopefully this light behind me, I see that it's a lot of light, but it's all good. It is all good, and I'm gonna put my glasses on so that I can read. But thank you so much for joining us. I don't have the music today, so I hope that's okay with you all. Okay, I am videotaping tonight from a new location, which is a different part of my house, and they're over there doing movie night and playing games. And so I'm over here in another portion of my home wanting to be able to share with you all tonight. So again, we're going to give everybody just a couple of minutes to come on. It's Sunday. I hope that everyone is doing so well. Today was so beautiful outside. The pollen count was, of course, absolutely crazy outside today, but because it was so beautiful, tried to take advantage of that today, and then, just making sure that everybody is there praying and staying observant in terms of this time, and thinking about what they should be doing, and really taking this opportunity to be very, very reflective and to be extremely positive and to move their life forward, and to kind of maybe even assess, like, where are the gaps in my life right now. So hopefully everybody's taking the time to do that. Again, we're going to wait a couple of more minutes, one more minute, and then we're going to go ahead and start today. This is episode, I believe, 9 or 10 of Rock the Crown. And this episode, we're going to be talking about, again, educational tips and tools and family fun activities that you can do at home. So first, 30 seconds. Let's give everybody 30 more seconds so we can come on. I know a lot of people are probably also being inundated with a lot of, online shows, and people going live and all of those different things. But we always appreciate our Crown Nation guests for coming on and staying and supporting us. And so I've gotten so many positive messages on the Facebook page, through Instagram, and so we want to thank you all so much. We also want to let Crown Nation know that everyone on the team is doing well. Everybody's just extremely busy, and of course we know that with social distancing we're not able to meet at our normal location, but keeping everybody on our team, Nafisa, Nefertari, and Daia, keeping them all in your prayers as well, and hopefully you'll be able to be seeing them soon also. But we want to make sure that we continue to have our Rock the Crown audience, and that we're always bringing something to you live, and hopefully something of benefit. Again, let's start off with, let's talk about educational tools. So I know that some of you all are at home, having to homeschool for the first time. Of course, when my children were younger, I homeschooled all of them. And then after a couple of years, well, after about 4 or 5 years of doing that, I then took my children and, placed them in public school. Hey, Salah girl, it's so good to see you. But homeschooling is not an easy task if you are, not that type of person, who wants to be at home necessarily teaching their children in that specific manner when you have a school system. But for those of you, if you're struggling right now, we're here to help you. We know that there's K through 12, and then of course some of you all are already set up through your current school system, whether it's here in Atlanta, Fulton, DeKalb, Clayton County, Cobb County, Gwinnett County, all of those different school systems set up to actually go to school online. And so hopefully you've set up some type of regiment for your child, maybe to even wake up a little bit later, which sometimes makes them more productive than having to wake them up early so that they can get it done. But letting them wake up a little bit later, starting maybe around 9 or 10 o'clock, and then, hopefully allowing them to process through all of their work, and hopefully by 2 o'clock-ish, 2-ish, 3-ish, they should be finished for the day. But for some of you all who may not have a system in place in terms of like the school system that your children go to, Here's a couple of websites that I want to give you all so that you all can look these up later. And they are according to elementary and or high school. So for elementary age children, some of the top websites that I looked up was the PBS Kids. Of course, I used to do that with my children, and that was 20 years ago. So PBS Kids is still in the top notch, doing well. Then we have Math Games. Math Game is from pre-K all the way to 8th grade, and PBS Kids was from pre-K to 6th grade. So that's something to look up. And then we have National Geographic Kids. That's from pre-K all the way through 8th grade. I used to also do National Geographic a long time ago. It's a great, great site for children to be able to look up things all around the world, you know, just in case you want to do even a field trip online. The next website we want to talk about is Read, Write, Think. That is from pre-K all the way to 12th grade. So this one is .org. The other ones are .com, and this one is a .org. I want you to go to that website. And of course, doing exactly that, read, write, and think. Some activities on there for your children. And then we have Class Dojo, DOGO, which is from kindergarten to 6th grade. This particular app and or application online actually lets you do some classwork, but it also allows for you to connect with other families that are doing classwork. So if you have a friend and or another family that is actually doing maybe the same lesson plan as you, or if you have a someone who is maybe an educator and you want your children to be able to learn from them from afar, social distancing, this is a great site to do that with. Class Dojo, and you know, just kind of signing up and going online to be able to do that. The last one is Scratch, Scratch.mit.edu, and of course Scratch is for MIT science, so making sure you all look that up. Some different websites for high school students that we were looking up were Nova. Nova has some great science videos on there, and that is from pre-K all the way through 12th grade. So again, pre-K all the way through 12th grade. So look that up. And then we have the infamous Khan Academy, which is from kindergarten all the way through 12th grade. And Khan Academy actually is connected to some of the school systems now. So you'll have Khan Academy as your tutorials. I know that they have that in Gwinnett County. My children went to school there. And you know, some other schools as well, they use that Khan Academy as a resource. So that's a great, great tool as well. Not for sure if you all were aware of Google Arts and Culture. Google Arts and Culture help 6th through 12th graders with, you know, arts and culture. So that's something to look up for your children in high school, arts and culture division. Then you have Digital Civics Toolkit. The Digital Civics Toolkit, you can look that up. That's for 7th grade through 12th grade. And then the next one we want to talk about is Google Applied Digital Skills, which is similar to Digital Civics. That's for 7th grade through 12th grade as well. Just kind of these great tools to help in terms of like looking through civics, you know, looking through applied sciences for your children. And then you have the last one, Big History Project, which of course talking about history from all various different walks of life and different areas, 9 through 12. And then it also is teaching from a different perspective. So that's something to think about as well. So again, I want to be able to later put these websites on our YouTube channel as well as on our Facebook as references and resources. And the last thing we want to talk about today is techlearning.com. There you can go, and there are actually 50 sites and applications for K through 12 that you can look up that have educational games. And so these are just some tips and tools for education that you can apply and use for your at-home studies with your children during this challenging time right now. Okay, and now let's move on to the fun part, family fun activities. What are you doing at home with your children of really all ages, 0 all the way to my children in their 20s? What some fun things that you can do at home? So one thing that I think is kind of fun, people probably play this at parties, is called Two Truths and a Lie. And this is kind of integral in terms of like getting to even know your child. Sometimes we say we know our children, but sometimes we don't. But just doing the game Two Truths and a Lie, of course, they're going to tell you three statements. Two of them are truths and one's a lie. And then, of course, you have to guess which one is a lie. So that's fun to play with even your own family. Keep it as clean as possible, and don't be this is not the time to tell the secret that you wanted to hold in all the time. But yeah, two truths and a lie. And then for kids that are older or even in middle school, think about some of the TV shows that are on right now. Think about, that you're at home, you have maybe we've been in here for what, two weeks. So maybe you have limited resources in terms of food, but thinking about playing the game Chopped. Chopped is a cooking game where you just throw out 4 or 5 ingredients and you have to come up with a meal. That is really fun with children of all ages, even adults. Like, hey, let's do a Chopped segment and see who comes up with the best meal. That's fun. Something else to think about that's fun is Cupcake Wars. Like, if you have any ingredients to make cupcakes, and if you don't, learn how to make cupcakes from scratch. I'm sure you have some flour, eggs, all of that good stuff, oil, baking soda, baking powder, to make those cupcakes from scratch, and have Cupcake Wars, and then have them decorated. Everybody has some of these fun things at home in some respect. And if you don't like cupcakes, try Cookie Wars. Try to do some Cookie Wars with your children. And assisting them is not that big of a deal, so that's something fun to do. Something else that you can do as a family is color. Like, if you have any coloring books, and if not, arts and crafts are always really great, and they're great distressors. And so when my children were younger, I used to always do arts and crafts with them. We would do a lot of collages, a lot of, mosaics, rip up pieces of paper, glue it back on, make all these designs and things like that. But that's so so easy on the children of any ages that you could be doing arts and crafts at home with the family. And then something I'm sure people are doing already is watch a movie. Choose a movie, not just that you want, but something that your children would want, as well as your spouse. Sometimes you want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to watch a movie that they want. And then through that, maybe even having like a conversation afterwards about the movie, why you chose the movie, what was important, and was it really what you really thought it was going to be about? And did you enjoy it? So that's something to think about watching a movie. And while watching that movie, think about having some healthy snacks, some celery, carrots, popcorn. And for those who just want to binge out, hey, caramel popcorn, regular popcorn, if you have all of this stuff at home, candy bars, make some brownies or something like that. Just do something fun, watch a movie with your family. Something else you can do at home these days is paint. If you have any type of paints, if you have any canvas, if you have any paper, if you have any cardboard, thinking about just painting something and maybe coming up with some nice artwork for your home. Something you can do. How about those puzzles? Has anybody purchased any puzzles lately? And remembering some of these things you can also order online and have come to your house. So thinking about doing some puzzles. I know on WeBuyBlack.com there's a black company that has puzzles. That would be a great opportunity for us to support We Buy Black businesses and go on there and buy some of those puzzles there. And how about there's websites online where you can kind of create your own Mad Libs. I don't know about you all, but when I was in high school and middle school, Mad Libs were just extremely funny. So creating your own Mad Libs with your family. Some of them are already online as well. You can just kind of fill out the blank, but just having your children and yourself fill out the Mad Libs, you and your spouse even. Doing the Mad Libs, you and your neighbor, whoever is in your home, because you, of course, are staying at home. But doing Mad Libs, those are really, really fun. And, it just kind of gets the belly rolling, which we know that laughter also boosts that immune system. So that's going to be good for you as well. And reading. How about everybody coming together and you all reading either a story, a book, paragraph, or something like that, and then maybe having a conversation on it? Or just, your own family book club. Like, hey, I'm reading this book right now. Does anybody else want to share in? And just remembering that, don't get frustrated when people don't do it the way you want them to do it. Or if they don't read the book you want them to read. But just kind of thinking about something that everybody can kind of enjoy because your own family. And then family game night, of course. Establishing a family game night is very integral right now if you haven't ever done it before. Our family game nights used to be on Saturdays. Of course, my children are older, so we try to do that at least once a month. But just coming up with a family game night, whether it's Uno, Connect Four, Dominoes. The boys love to play Monopoly, even though I beat them almost every single time. But electronic Monopoly, they love that game. We play the game of life, which sometimes they don't like because it takes too long. But we have so many games at home that we can play. Taboo. And we try to make sure that we play all those games on family game night. And it's just sometimes during the day, it's like, hey, we have some time. Let's just whip those games out and have a good time. And the last thing I want to share with you is making sure that during this time, you all are having the daily dinner chat. Daily dinner chat. And what consists of that is making sure that you all are following the this rule. This meaning T. Say something that you're grateful for. So everybody kind of sharing something that they're grateful for that day. H, saying something that made them happy for the day. What made you happy today? I learned. What did you learn today? I learned, and then let the person fill in the blank what you learned for the day. And then S, service. What did someone inside of your home do for you that you appreciated? Like, did someone pull out your chair for you, or did someone clean your room for you, or just even doing something as simple as service to one another inside your home is very, very integral right now as well. And so that leads me back to making sure that this full list of family fun is on, again, our YouTube page as well as our Facebook page. I'm hoping to be able to type that up for you all later. So I hope that you enjoyed these small educational tips and tools as well as some great family fun ideas. Remember to subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Instagram. And if you have any suggestions or any topics that you'd like for us to cover, please email us and send us direct messages. We're more than willing to share those opportunities with you all. But please, 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 everybody, stay safe out there. And we hope next week we'll have more members of our Rock the Crown team. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you're keeping your spirits high, keep on loving one another, staying positive, and as we see you next time, rock the crown. Peace.